Hey guys, OGalbina here, bringing you guys our BBL Season 9. Yeah, Season 9. Week 1 battle against Hayes and his New Orleans Noivers. Yes, we are back. It is the title defense season. Now, last time we had a title defense season on Wi-Fi, it didn't go too well in NCP season, whatever the season before last season was. So, we need to bounce back. We need to bounce back strong, do well this season, especially after our most recent NCP run and not making playoffs in pack, even things like that. I'm motivated. I'm ready to go. We're bringing back team builders. We're going full force, and I'm taking this serious. The only unfortunate thing is we play fucking Mewtwo week 1, which is not a good thing, right? Obviously, probably in my opinion, the best Pokemon we allowed in the format. I know some people would argue Yveltal, which Joe ended up getting with the first overall pick, but I think Hayes got the better end of the deal. I think this thing is terrifying, and he has some really cool pieces to potentially synergize with it, especially in that Scizor, Zarude, and Kyurem, Mienshao. Like, a lot of really cool tools with it. Dougie is incredibly annoying with a Mewtwo. So he has a lot of really cool things that he can kind of do and accomplish with this Mewtwo. And again, there's not a single way to counter Mewtwo. It's just kind of hoping you know what set he is and you can beat the set that it ended up bringing. Because it can do so much and it can be so scary. So we have our work cut out for us, but I think we got the team to do it. If you guys do enjoy today's Draft League Wi-Fi battle, be sure to drop a like as well as sub to the channel. We are on our way to 1,000 and we are so freaking close. So please, please, please go ahead and drop a like if you can, as well as sub to the channel. But yeah, and go check out Hayes. He's a great kid, very nice guy. Hacked shit at me last time we played him, but I want his blood this time. We're going crazy. But yeah, with that being said, we're gonna do a quick team builder. If you want to skip ahead to the battle, there's a timestamp on the screen and the description below on when that starts. Yeah, that being said, let's do it. So our team, if you didn't watch the draft analysis, go watch it. But it consists of Lunala, Garchomp, Buzzwole, Togekiss, Drapion, Metagross, Raikou, Suicune, I almost said Entei, Rabombi, and Roselia. While our opponent's team is at the bottom of the screen, it consists of Mewtwo, Scizor, Zarude, Kyurem, Mienshao, Dugtrio, Klefki, Toxapex, Golurk, Braviary, and Luxray. Now, if you look at his team, it's very, very pressured and hard pressed to check Lunala with its coverage, especially considering his Ghost immunity is a Braviary. So honestly, in my opinion, if I can just eliminate or weaken that Zarude, I have the freest Moongeist Beam endgame of all time. So we just have to be very careful with that. Mewtwo is obviously Mewtwo, very, very terrifying. He doesn't have a good ground resist either, in the sense that like his ground resist is probably going to be more Spadef oriented and isn't going to want to switch it into Garchomp and take damage that way. He doesn't appreciate Togekiss. He has a really annoying spike stacking option though with his Klefki, so we're going to have to be very careful about that. And yeah, that's basically it. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into it, which is going to be our Lunala first, obviously. Rocking out the Choice Scarf, Shadow Shield, its ability, Moongeist Beam, Moonblast, Heat Wave, and Psychic. EVs-wise, he got 12 defense, max special attack, and 244 speed with a jolly nature. I believe we're just outspeeding the Kyurem. Pretty darn simple when it comes to speed. But yeah, I think Choice Scarf is really good because one, it gives us something to revenge a weakened Mewtwo. Like, it just has to take a little bit of chip to be in range of Moongeist, unless it's Cassib or, you know, unless it's like agility'd up or something like that. So we have to be very careful about that. But again, with our Shadow Shield, it should be pretty solid in that regards. And we have good defog support to keep our Shadow Shield, which is another really, really clutch aspect of this thing. So that's really nice. It even allows us to like stay on Zarude potentially and win a 1v1 scenario if it's into a KO range of like Moonblast or Heat Wave, which is really nice. But there's also a phenomenal lead because I really, really expect a Scizor lead on Hayes' part. I think it gets him very solid momentum versus like the entirety of my team. It leads really well into Metagross as well, which I think he's going to want to do because Metagross offensively can be very, very annoying for him. And it leads well into things like Drapion and potentially Buzzwole. It takes a hit from very well. It leads well into Togekiss and things like that. Even leads well into Raikou. It can just kind of chunk me with U-turn and then get on to something else. So I think Scizor is a very likely lead. It's just very safe against me. And leading Lunala, I don't know if he's going to scout for Heat Wave, man. That's, maybe it's just me underestimating, like, his knowledge of Lunala and Ubers and things like that. I really don't think he's going to scout for it. And if I can get that Heat Wave off, I Oko that shit turn 1 unless he's Akka. Even if he's not, I don't die. He's probably going to U-turn out, if anything. And I'll, just to break my Shadow Shield and not get, like, 2 KO'd or something like that. And I'll be able to Heat Wave, knock that thing out, and then my Metagross goes crazy offensively, which is great. And my Togekiss is much less pressured, and cool things like that. So I'm pretty excited for this Lunala. It's a great endgame win con with Moongeist Beam, provided we chip down the Zarude. It's a great way to catch things off guard. It's a great revenge killer to the Mewtwo. It does a lot this game. So offensively, it's very solid here. Next up, we have Metagross rocking out the Assault Vest, Clear Body as its ability. Meteor Mash, Bullet Punch, Earthquake, and Headbutt. 220 HP, 132 attack, 4 defense, 108 speed def, and 44 speed with an Adamant nature. Now, I really wanted to go Shuka, but I figured it was a little bit more valuable to be able to take 2 Earth Powers from the Kyurem because I have other counterplay to a special Mewtwo, as well as the fact that, like, if I get any chip on Dougie at all, I can just Bullet Punch it and knock it out. On top of the fact that he can't Oko me from full unless he's like Adamant Band, I believe. Actually, maybe I should count that, right? Let's see. Just so you guys know, and so I know. Metagross with 220 HP. Oop. 220 HP at level 50 to a Doug Trio. Adamant. Yeah, he has to be Adamant banded to guaranteed kill me. If it is Jolly, it is a roll, about a 50-50 roll. So, you know, he has to be banned and he has to be Adamant to guaranteed kill me, which is really nice. Bullet Punch does a ton to this thing as well. Like, it just does a ridiculous amount of damage. And honestly, after a little bit of chip, it can be picked off with that, which is really clutch. And it gives me, you know, great coverage overall against this team. Again, if I can eliminate that Scizor, he just does not switch into stabs plus Zen Headbutt whatsoever, no matter what he tries to do. So I think Metagross is really solid here. It's a good blanket check to Mewtwo, to Kyurem, to the, what do you call it? Mewtwo and Kyurem really are the main two, which is really clutch. Next up, we have our Garchomp. Shouts to Lakinus for the set. We're a Life Orb variant with Scale Shot, Earthquake, Stealth Rock, and Fire Blast. Very solid in this matchup. He doesn't have great ground resist, again, that aren't Zarude. And obviously, Zarude does not want to take hits, so that it's not in range of a 2-hit KO from our Lunala. So if this thing can force that, then we're in a great spot. It has Rocks just to get a Rocks to, again, chip things in as they come in and out, especially that Zarude and that Scizor U-turning around. Scale Shot just to gain a little bit of speed control so that he can't just immediately come in and revenge me with Mewtwo, which is a really clutch aspect of the set. Say I'm coming in on, you know, like a weakened Golurk, weakened Braviary, weakened Luxray, weakened Kyurem, something like that. I can pick them off with a Scale Shot. Then he can't really go into Mewtwo unless he's Scarf Mewtwo, or if he wants to take a ridiculous amount of chip from a Life Orb Earthquake, which I think is really clutch. If anything, it'll probably force in something like a Scarf Mienshao or a Zarude, and if that's the case, I can get off a fat chunk of damage on the on those 2 big threats. Or at least on the Zarude. Scarf Mienshao will probably outspeed. If that happens, we'll probably pick it out. But really solid mon. We have Fire Blast as the last move as a tech option. One to hit like a non-Spadef Zarude pretty hard, as well as Scizor, but also to hit like a Magnet Rising Klefki, because I definitely do expect that to come. If Klefki does end up coming, it'll probably have Magnet Rise as a way of kind of checking and beating Garchomp here. Next up, we have, or at least Air Balloon. Next up, we have our Togekiss rocking out with the Heavy Duty Boots, Serene Grace's ability, Air Slash, Roost, Defog, and Flamethrower. We're pretty darn Fizz-Def. This thing serves a very solid Zarude pivot and Mienshao pivot. Really, that's kind of what it's here for. It's also a great defogger as well. We do beat Klefki 1v1, unless it's like a toxic variant. Flash cans are going to absolutely bounce off us because we're, you know, still a Togekiss. Iron Heads also won't do that much. If it gets Iron Head, I don't remember if it does. It doesn't really have a head, right? But it does get defog, which is really clutch. We can flamethrower that thing down. And again, this thing actually isn't very well switched into on Haze's team. He doesn't really have a great ways of resisting flying plus fire. Things like Toxapex can naturally take hits, but again, it has the ability to punch and get flinched down. And I actually think Toxapex is really passive versus my team and don't really expect it to come. Everything else really just takes a chunk from this mon, so I think Togekiss is pretty solid. It's got good bulk, a little bit of offensive prowess, and it's going to be a great defogger for our Lunala. Next up, we have our Raikou rocking out the Shuka Berry, Pressure as its ability, Thunderbolt, Scald, Force Sphere, and Volt Switch. EV Star's got 140 HP, 188 attack, and 180 speed with Timid Nature. Yeah, this gives me something to kind of pressure the Toxapex if it does end up coming. I want to make sure I can switch into something that doesn't immediately fear being Scald Burned or something like that, like my Garchomp or my Metagross or something like that, which is great. It also gives me good speed control in general and good eyes on what his potential Scarfers are. I can Aura Sphere down things like Zarude and Kyurem if I do force them in, and again, that's a great chip for the rest of my team. We have Shuka so that we can lift an EQ from Dougie and remove that thing with Scald, which is another really valuable aspect of this Pokemon. And yeah, it's really kind of just a Pex killer and nice pivot this game. You know, it takes like +2 offensive bullet punches from Scizor and stuff like that, and if it's weakened enough, can prevent it, and you know, cool stuff like that. So that's very solid, obviously. Then, lastly, I believe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we have our Drapion. Rocking out with the Shed Shell, Battle Armor's ability, Knock Off, Poison Fang, Rest, and Sleep Talk. We are max for def. This thing serves as our main pivot into Mewtwo. Now, Mewtwo can be mixed, which is really scary, but I do kind of fear like bulky Calm Mind variant, or like a bulky Nasty Plot variant, maybe like a bulky Wisp Nasty Plot variant. I'm thinking he could just wear me down with Burn and kind of, you know, just beat me that way. Which is the reason why we're 1, Rest Sleep Talk, but 2, also Poison Fang. Oh, and that also covers if he's like a weakness policy variant, because Poison Fang is going to badly poison the target 50% of the time, which is incredibly clutch for that Mewtwo, really, really hindering it and making sure it just can't beat me outright, which is nice. We're Shed Shell so we don't get trapped by the Dougie, and this also serves as a decent Kyurem pivot as well, depending on what we need to do and you know how strong the Kyurem is and what its set is. But yeah, I believe that's it. That's going to be the team. We'll be right back with the battle. Alrighty guys, here we are with the battle. We are connected with Mr. Hayes. Let's see what he ended up bringing. I'm very scared, but hey, we got this. Where the fuck do you have Braviary? There's a Dougie, which is annoying. We have a Mewtwo, a Scizor, Zarudo, Kyurem, Braviary, and Dugtrio. I have to remember that I cannot be trapped by Dugtrio with my Lunala. I'm actually going to lead off with Lunala, as I don't know if he is going to scout for Heat Wave on his Scizor. I'll keep it a buck. I feel like Scizor's a very good lead against me. I feel like it does very well versus a lot on my team, and if I can catch that lead, I'm in a phenomenal position. His Ghost immunity is Braviary, so maybe that's why he brought it, but like, I feel like you're better off being like AV Zarude, or even Scarf Zarude to pivot into me. Like, I don't OHKO you with anything. It's my thing. I don't get bug coverage, like Signal Beam, because it doesn't exist. I don't even know if it got it last time, to be fair, but yeah, so I don't know why Braviary's here. But, you know, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. If you guys, I forgot I do team builders before these, unlike other leagues. Oopsie. Okay, let's jump into it. Do I have pings? Oh, it's because Jason's playing Owen Casley. Good luck, Jay. Because I know he's also in call watching this. Okay. So, what are we going to see as a leader Rooski? We see Stark. I'm just Heat Waving. I have Shadow Shield, so I'll have a knockoff too from full. Unless he's Akka, he dies. As I am a Lunala. And if he wants to go hard into the Zarude, that's fine. If he wants to go Braviary, that's also fine. I just Heat Wave turn 1. So, Lunala putting in work. And this opens up my Metagross to, like, go crazy in this game. Metagross goes nuts in this game if he gives me this. We're going to turn 1 Heat Wave. He's not Akka. He should die. Amazing. Like I said, and exactly how I envisioned the lead going. So that is absolutely amazing for your boy. Phenomenal for your boy, in fact. Goodness, that is great. Awesome. Okay. Woo! That feels good. Okay. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! That's very nice for me. That also means that, no, it doesn't really mean that Psychic's free, but I'm great. I'm very glad to have Scizor gone. Mojo Jojo. Now, do I want to Heat Wave this thing? I have Shadow Shield. So, like, I do live, and it covers, like, a U-turn, him being, like, super aggressive. And it could put me in a phenomenal position. It does mean that I, like, die to everything, but what priority does he have? No, there's no reason to make that play right now, I don't think. I'm gonna go sneak this to Togekiss. Because maybe he just does not feel comfortable in making that play, so. He's just gonna U-turn. Fuck, I knew I should have done it. I knew I should have done it. I knew I should have done it. It's all good, though. It's all good, though. He takes advantage of me with something like, presumably, the Kyurem. Yeah. So out comes Kyurem. I always go Metagross on this thing. Always go Metagross on this thing. Also, my Poison Fangs are free now, which is really nice. I could just poison this entire team. So we get out into Metagross. If he wants a sub, that's fine. If he wants Earth Power, that's fine. He's gonna sub. Okay, so I'm just gonna Bullet Punch as to not risk a miss. I'm just gonna make sure that like max HP Kyurem has a sub broken by Bullet Punch. It should. Oh yeah, I believe it does. So Bullet Punch is 34. Yeah, we're just gonna Bullet Punch in order to guaranteed break this thing's sub. Jelly Toes Bullet Punches. We're gonna break the sub. It's nice. And this thing is chipping itself down, which is also nice. Yeah, Earth Powered. No Spit F drop, which is amazing. And now we just mash, right? I don't see a switch into mash on his team. There's not a single switch into Meteor Mash on his team, and we're pretty offensive on this thing. 132 Adamant. Yeah. Give me a Pokemon. I would like a Pokemon, my friend. If he goes into Zarude, amazing. Amazing for me. If he goes hard Dougie, I just Meteor Mash into Bullet Punch, really. If he goes Braviary, I just Meteor Mash twice. And then there's no more Ghost immunity. Oh, Meteor Mash 2 KOs that shit. He's gonna withdraw, I get a big Meteor Mash off on something. Hard Braviary. Let's go. I'd love an attack boost. Give me an attack boost or a crit. Now, do I need to stay in on this thing? Not really. I think I'm going to go Igloo. I would like this thing to be able to take another Earth Power from the Kyurem. It also gives me Bullet Punch priority for later. Which is nice. But we did a chunk to that thing. Is he going to Shadow Claw here? U-turn. He's like very momentum heavy this game, which is very interesting to me. Very interesting to me. So, you can go Dougie here, but we're Shuka, so I'm okay with that. Walter White's. The Dougies. I will just Scald. I'm Shuka, so I'm really fine in this situation. I would have probably gone Zarude if I was Scarf Zarude if I were him, and just U-turned into Dougie, maybe. He could be Sash, but he also risks Burn and then dying. He could try and get up Rocks here, but I don't think that's the play. And if he doesn't get up Rocks, my Shadow Shield is here to stay. So, I assume he also has Shadow Claw on his Braviary as a way to hit Lunala. Because, like, there's no way he just doesn't have coverage to hit Lunala on his Ghost immunity, you know? So, we're faster. Why are we faster? Does it just die? My brother in Christ, you are supposed to trap me! I'm flabbergasted by the situation in which we were just put in right there. That was something. Okay. Cool. Frick. That is Mewtwo. I would like to see how much Mewtwo does to me. If he's a Life Orb variant, he does kill me. If not, he still has a role to kill me if I'm at 133 HP. I feel like it's worth getting momentum on this thing. It's like a 50-50 roll from Psy Strike. And I honestly don't think he's going to raw Psy Strike. If anything, he might Earthquake, which I still have my Shuka for. Yeah, let's go. Very fire for me. He's Life Orb Physical or he crit me. He's banded. Or he's Life Orb Physical. Wow, that did a ridiculous amount. So from here, I always go Lunala, right? Like, I always go Lunala. If he's at 80%, can I Moonblast? I feel like I can Moonblast. I'm gonna Moonblast here. I really think you go... Yeah, you're gonna switch into this Zarude. Yeah, and I just stay into it KO you now. Unless you're AV. He is most definitely Assault Vest. Yeah, we're gonna pivot out. Good to know that he's physical. I need to keep this Lunala around or I kind of lose to the Mewtwo. I think he has to Lariat here. You're just risk getting to it KO'd for no reason. And he doesn't have a good Moonblast pivot. So. Let's check something. I want to see Braviary. He's Synth. He's like max Spadef, by the way. Okay, that's good to know. I really wish I had Dazzling Gleam. Unfortunately, I do not. I am just going to click Air Slash. I also wish I had Thunder Wave. I had Thunder Wave over Defog originally, but he had the Spikes option with Klefki on his team, and that made this really tough for me. And I also wanted to keep Shadow Shield on my Lunala. If Rocks came, too. So, he hard switches out, which tells me he's probably not faster than me. Great chip. From here, I am going to make the pivot out into Drapion. I don't think Drapion's very useful now that I know he's Life Orb physical. He could make the Earthquake play. He's going to take 2 turns of Life Orb, which I think is very, very important for me to know. Ice Beam. So he's mixed. He's mixed then. Okay. So he is going to have to take 2 turns of Life Orb, which means he will be in range of Moonblast, which I also think is incredibly important. I am going to Poison Fang. Because it covers like a weird Zarude switch. And I don't need this anymore. Because I know I lose to this thing. I had to be Shed Shell. I could have been Shuka as well. But like, popping the Shuka on Dougie just left me in the same position. And I was low anyway. So I'd rather switch out on it and like bluff the Shuka, you know? He's going to withdraw. He doesn't know if I'm Shuka. Give me the poison. Give me the poison. Give me the poison. Give me the poison. I kind of wish I knocked, but it's okay. There's a 50% chance to poison. Owen does not get it. Honest to God, I'm just gonna knock off here. I don't need this anymore. The Mewtwo is so chipped down. I think the poison would have been so clutch there. He's not gonna get the sub on me. So if he's non-boosting item, he's probably Boots, right? I want to see how much he does to my max Spadef Drapion. He does not kill me here, so I actually feel very comfortable Poison Fanging on a Roost. Yeah. He's also sub into the Garchomp, which again, I don't know why people keep doing this. There we go. No more subbing for you, my friend. You live. Awesome. So Drapion putting in some work regardless. And he's poisoned, not like he's toxic, not poison. So he's going to start taking more and more damage the more and more he tries to roost on me. So I'm just not going to allow that to happen. He's just going to freeze dry here, so he's sub roost Earth Power freeze dry, which makes sense. A very good set versus my team. Awesome. Okay. Now, what's my best play here? Is to go Garchomp and Scale Shot, as I don't know if I'll have another opportunity to do so. If I Scale Shot up, he has to come in and take like a Life Orb EQ on something, which is so clutch for me. I think that's my play. I know I'm risking a miss here, but like I feel like it gives me the best offensive positioning, because his only thing that lives a hit from Garchomp at this point is his Zarude. Yeah, I'm gonna Scale Shot. Just hit, please. Perfect. That's all I needed. Perfect. Now we're +1. We outspeed everything. We outspeed everything. I will take it. Mewtwo comes in, it dies. He can go Braviary, but that gives me a more open endgame to click Ghost move, which is really important. Kyurem is dead, Dougie is dead, Scizor is dead. Oh, killing Scizor turn 1 was ridiculously clutch. Okay, so he's like max HP, max Spadef. I want to see... Here. I want to see how much I do. It looks like Scale Shot does more, so that's what I'm going to go for. You can also miss Power Whip. Lariat won't kill me, I don't think. He's so bulky. So he has some Fizz Def, which means he definitely won't kill me though right here. Yes. Oh my god, that's so clutch. Okay. Whip definitely actually killed me. I'm wrong. Whip killed me, guaranteed. I will take it. I'm going to Ray Blast. Oh, he crit too. Jesus. Gonna power up. He's gonna die to Rough Skin. And that is going to put us in an amazing position, my friends. An amazing position. Now from here, do I go into Jelly Toast? Yeah, I go into Jelly Toast and I think I'm mean. Alright, I Bullet Punch. It just gives me the best positioning overall. He didn't die to Life Orb or Rough Skin, unfortunately. Wait, he didn't die to Rough Skin. Wait, did my Rough Skin pop? We're gonna Bullet Punch. Underground's gonna knock out Mojo Jojo. He's like super bulky, but he's not like Spadef Zarude. That was weird. Okay. Regardless, we're gonna see Mewtwo come out. Probably. You can go Braviary if he wants, but I think that's a Descent. I don't think I die to the hit that it's going for. I'll just mash it. I wish I got a Rocks too, but it's not that big of a deal. And I'm assuming he doesn't have a lot of bulk if he's a mixed variant, because he probably wants attack investment. Oh, I'm just gonna attack this thing. He'll know. He'll know. No recovery. I think... Yeah, he's gonna Shadow Ball. He's not gonna Earthquake. Means we might live? Let's fucking go, Metagross! Okay. What I do here is what's more accurate, Zen Headbutt or Meteor Mash? I don't want to let him roost, and he's in range of 2-hit KO from Lunala, which is all I really need. Meteor Mash is 90, Zen is 90, so we just mash here. Gonna Shadow Claw. That's fine. I want the Lunala kill. Calc Shadow Claw, just to make sure I'm not tripping on something. I did not 2-hit kill my Metagross, by the way. Metagross is crazy, and I'm not Fizz Def. Okay, so we don't die anything barring a crit, but we also should just kill this thing with Psychic. Even if he's Bulky Scarf, if he's like a max HP variant, we do 48 min with Psychic. So yeah, we're just gonna click Psychic, and hopefully that's a week 1 dub. Awesome, so it should go down here. Never shot it does. Let's go Lunala. Lunala show me why it's fucking broken. But yeah, GG's to Haze. That was a very scary game. Mewtwo is terrifying. Like, Mixed Mewtwo just ran me. I don't know if I could have prepped better for it. Maybe I could have been, like, shook on my Drapion. But again, I feel like that left me so much weaker to Dougie. I have no idea why his Dougie was not faster than my Raikou. I don't know if that was, like, a misgen or, like, he just got, like, super over-aggressive. I don't think I was, like, max speed timid Raikou. Let me see. No, I was modest Raikou. That was, like, no speed Dougie. So I have no idea what happened there, or if he was like Iron Ball for some reason. We did see one Iron Ball Mon in BBL prior, so this week already. So who knows? Iron Ball Dougie is the new meta. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, drop a like. If you're new here, drop a sub. I'll see you guys next one. Later.